Hey, all right. Hey, how's my hair look? How do I look? Hey, how do I look? What's better? Let me put a pillow here. Let me put the pillow there, damn it. Damn it. And let me do this. And you people will just go, will you talk already? No, I'm getting things organized. Gotta get things organized. Wait, let me do this. I'm reaching. You're reaching, Roger. I know, I'm trying. Wheezy laugh. Oh my God. Well, excuse if there's a hum in, if there's a hum in the background. Hum in the background. Hum, hum, hum. Let me get my color straight for you people, because I'm going to be on live. Hello, I'm live. I have the fan on because it's the first day we had here in Illinois. I don't say Chicago anymore because I'm on the outskirts. I'm out of the skirt. Oh! The frack, man. I'm not in Chicago anymore. I'm in the northwestern suburbs, or just the north suburbs. And it's like been 80, 83 today. Finally we got some great weather. So it's a little steamy today. Well, not steamy because it hasn't gotten humid. There's been no humidity or rain or anything. That's coming tomorrow from what I hear in the weather. But I did bring out the fan just to circulate the air and make it kind of cool. Why do you people want to know this? Because I figured you'd want to know this. No, I know everybody's like, shut up already and just get on with the review. Hey everybody, welcome to IMO Reviews, the series of videos where I talk about a movie, a newer movie that I have never seen, or an older movie that I have never seen. I think that's what it is. Or is it an older movie that I haven't seen in a long time? Well, this one, surprising to most of you, probably to, if not all of you, I've never seen Disney's Aladdin. Never. And let me say right up front, I'm going to talk about this. Hopefully this won't be a half hour long, but I'm going to talk about this movie, and I really want to put way up front, I apologize if I make people upset with my review. I was going to say offend, but I'm not going to offend. I had known about Aladdin when it came out. I had not seen it. I was a steady Disney movie watcher for quite a few movies. Well, the early movies, all the way up to about, geez, I can't even think of the dates. I mean, you viewers know my favorite Disney movie of all time is The Jungle Book, which is so, there's not much there story-wise, but I just love it. I love the music. I love the visuals. I love the characters. And you know, I know there were other Disney movies I know there were other Disney movies that would come out every couple years or every year. I really don't even remember. I don't look at IMDb. I don't look at any of that stuff for history of that. I'm not a big movie reviewer that way. But this is IMO. It's my opinion. I'm watching it for the first time. Just a regular guy. Hey, it's just me just watching it. Early 90s? When did Land Before Time come out? Was that the early 90s or was that the late 80s? I think that was the early 90s. And it's weird. Go with me with this. I equate this with my mom. My mom used to babysit for a really cool family, a young boy named Danny. And I used to go visit my mom while she was babysitting him. And he was watching movies like Little Mermaid and Pocahontas and Aladdin and things like that. And I knew of the Disney movies. And even years later, when a couple of friends of mine went on our, what did we call it? We called it our grown men coming of age. No, what's the term? I can't think of the term. I'll think of it and talk about it later. But it was our no, it wasn't that. It was our grown men trying to relive their past tour. And we went back to Florida and we saw Phantom Menace for the first time in Florida, trying to relive our childhoods. And that was 98, I think. 98, 99 when Phantom Menace came out. So these movies have been out. And I had known, I had, you know, I really started drinking. I really started going out partying, going out to dance clubs, really dating. I was married a second time at that point in the early 90s. And I had known about this movie. I knew about Aladdin, but I never watched it. I never really gave it a chance. I knew of the music. Oh, Beauty and the Beast was the other one, which I really, really loved. I did see Beauty and the Beast, and I loved that movie. I still do to this day. And I just saw it today. Today, it's May, what is it, the 23rd or so? They're doing a live-action version of the Disney movie. It's like, the animated film is so perfect. We don't need a live-action version, but that's hearsay. Hearsay, theresay, naresay, wheresay. But I love Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid. I really loved. I didn't love Little Mermaid, but I appreciated it. I really liked it. I thought Ursula was a great villain. Okay, and now watching Aladdin for the first time. Here's where the hatred might come in. You know, I had mentioned in my Defending My Collection videos that I'm not that much of a fan of the animation after the 80s. A lot of 80s television, 80s Saturday morning television shows, Ninja Turtles, Transformers, things like that, took more the route of the anime style, which I have no problem with any of this. I have no problem with any of this. I mean, I love Akira. I love, well, I was going to say Ralph Bakshi's Wizards and his films, but he uses rotoscoping, so he gets those weird, not weird, but those human type movements in his movies. Although they're not speaking animation-wise, they're not totally smooth as the early Disney films and the early, well, all the Warner Brothers films, even to the later Warner Brothers films, Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, there was a fluidity, and oh gosh, Flintstones and Woody Woodpecker, and well, that's Walter Lantz. Flintstones was oh geez, I know you're all yelling at me. Who did the animation for Flintstones and Jetsons? Hanna-Barbera. Yeah, there was a fluidity to that animation style that I loved. And when I would start to see anime movies, I was like, why are they cutting back? Why aren't they making it more fluid? Why is it kind of jerky? And in the 80s, when Ninja Turtles and other shows, other animated shows came out, there was that jerkiness. It was like a new style. And Studio Ghibli, or Ghibli, I think it's Ghibli, same thing. Although that's smoother. I will have to say that's a lot smoother than what I was saying, those 80s Ninja Turtles and things like that. There is this, but it's a very anime type of style. And again, don't get pissed at me, but I just was like, I don't like this anime style. I don't like this animation type of style. It seems, I'm hiding behind a rock, it seems cheap to me. It's like you're not taking the time to draw every single frame and make it fluid and make it move a realistic type way, or a rubbery way, if we'll say, especially with the Warner Brothers Bugs Bunny cartoons and that. Disney, on the other hand, Disney stayed true pretty well to that. Again, I'm going to go back to Jungle Book. Wow, this might be a long one. This might be a long one, because I haven't even gotten to Aladdin yet. I go back to Jungle Book, and it's like, yeah, the animation is different than Pinocchio and Snow White and Cinderella, which had that almost rotoscoping type animation. But there was a fluidity, there was a detail there. I'll just put this right up there right now. Shere Khan, the tiger, he's a tiger, he's not a lion. In Jungle Book, the animated film, is so much better than the tiger pet that the princess has in Aladdin. The drawing seems cheaper to me in Aladdin. The animation style is not as fluid as it is in the Jungle Book. But that's okay. That's okay. Because like I said, back in the 80s and the early 90s, or 90s itself, when these movies came out, when these Disney movies came out, Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Pocahontas, they already adopted that style because that style was the norm of the time. And I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying anything bad about the animation style, because that was the style that was accepted at that time. That early Max Fleischer, Max Fleischer, man, the Superman movies, the Gulliver's Travels, Hoppity Goes to Town, is so fluid, is so even which actually made me a fan of Ren and Stimpy. When I saw John Karfowski's Ren and Stimpy for the first time, I was like enthralled by the animation style, because he captured that old style of the Warner Brothers movies, those Warner Brothers cartoons. And nobody was doing that at that time. So it really, really, it captured me. It captured me. And there's a split there, in my opinion. My opinion. Don't get pissed at me. This is just my opinion. One guy's opinion. There was a style change right around that time that animation took a different turn and became accepted and became the norm. And it is the norm to this day. Up until the CGI, Toy Story, things like that came about. Oh, wow, that's a mouthful. Let me take a drink. I haven't had this in a long time, and I'm enjoying it tonight. All right, watching Aladdin for the first time. Like I said, I've been a fan. I was a fan of Little Mermaid because my wife at the time really liked it. Beauty and the Beast, we both loved. I loved the story. I love the music. Alan Menken, and it'll be down there somewhere. Their music stylings, their music, the lyrics, the way they put their songs together was brilliant. It was so brilliant. And that is what I love about Aladdin, the music by Alan Menken. And it is such a shame, I have to bring this up, it is such a shame that he had gone off and the other composer or lyricist, and they did a television show which I praised. I praised on Facebook. I told everybody, you should watch this, especially if you're into musical theater. They did a show called Gallivant, which sadly only lasted 2 seasons, and I didn't just hear, but about 2-3 months ago I heard it was canceled, so they're not going to do a 3rd season. But it was like a live action Beauty and the Beast, live action Aladdin, but very quirky. It was actually a live action musical version of When Things Were Rotten, the old Mel Brooks television show, for those of you who, the Robin Hood thing that he did. And I loved it. I loved how dark it was. I loved how quirky it was. I loved how wild it was. But it was a musical half-hour show that nobody watched. And it's such a shame because the talent behind the musical lyricist and the writer of the lyrics, musical lyricist, I guess you would say, and the music itself was just so brilliant and so great, and nobody was watching it. I guess it was either too ahead or too behind what people wanted to watch. People would rather watch Survivor or the Rat Race or whatever is out there, those reality shows, Dancing with the Stars. That nobody was watching fictional television last year or the year before. Okay, animation style in Aladdin is very adequate. There are moments where I'll say it's very lazy. There is a one shot, I won't show it, but there's one shot where the monkey, the monkey. I'm sorry, I just watched this tonight. I don't know this movie. So the monkey of Aladdin, his pet, has been turned into an elephant, and there's another character, and they're in a window, and next to the window is like a cutout frame of a window where you can see the sky and the clouds behind them. And if you look at the characters, you can see the sky and the clouds behind them. And when they move out of frame, they move behind that framed window thing. And you don't see them move by. You only see the sky and the clouds. I was like, oh, that's cheap. They didn't animate, or they didn't... You know what I'm trying to say? Probably not. But I went with it, and I went along with it, and I love the characters, and I love the story so far. The little monkey guy, I love him. When he turned into the elephant, I didn't like him as much. I'm glad when he transformed back. Oh, you're going to hate me because you're 80s people watching this. Mustafar? Not Mustafar. Whoever the bad guy is brilliant. He reminds me of Vincent Price. I wish Price was alive to do the voice of him. I think it would have been fantastic for him to be... Jafar! It's not Mustafar, it's Jafar. Jafar. Correcting myself. See, I'm learning. I think Price would have been fantastic as the voice of Jafar. Have no problem with his animation. Have no problem with the character designs of any of the characters. I think they're really good. Although the color tint of the princess and Aladdin and the princess's father seems to change as the movie goes on. And I don't know if that's because of like the background lighting changing and it made them look darker near the end, but they were one shade at one point and then they got very dark at another, and then they almost got gray at another point. This is Roger being critical. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room that's not an elephant. Robin Williams. When this movie started and the genie first showed up, I'll be honest, I'm being totally honest. First time watching Aladdin, first time, I hated the Robin Williams quips. I hated the, oh, you're going to do that? Oh, and he's Jack Nicholson, and he's Rodney Dangerfield with the crooked eyes, and oh, I got that respect before. And it was so obnoxious, as was the damn Jafar's parrot, Gilbert Gottfried. Oh my God, I hated this character. I hated this parrot. Well, he doesn't know about it. And I love Gilbert Gottfried. I really, really do. Well, let me jump ahead. I love his stand-up routines. I love his humor. I love his really off-base, politically incorrect humor. When I see him in Beverly Hills Cop 2, when I see him in some other movies and he's doing the squinty eye, well, I don't know. That kind of is like nails on a blackboard, all right? And that's what I got from this. I was like, okay, the comic relief is very irritating. And hold on there. Stop. Don't hit that thumb button yet. It's of the time. It is of the time. The humor, the insulting type humor, the obnoxious humor was very prominent at this time in the 90s. So it fits the movie the way it should. But to me, watching it, looking for an old style Disney movie, I didn't get that. And like I said, at that time, I wasn't watching these type of family films. I was already going into what was in the 90s, you know, your horror movies and your action films of the 90s, and going out and, like I said, having fun and just looking for adult entertainment. So I accept the Gilbert Gottfried character as the parrot. He comes back later. Now wait. You got him, you got Jafar, you got Robin Williams. Man, I know the history. I haven't watched any of the extras, but I know the history that they pretty much let Robin do what he wanted to do. And I love Robin. I love Robin Williams in everything he's done. Television, movies, stand-up especially. I love that quick humor, that Coke humor. But it was like such a, it was like raping my child. It wasn't a childhood. It was a, I wanted to see this nice family film with the bad guy and the good guy. And all of a sudden, here are these jokes that were of its time and characters he was doing of its time. And it was so obnoxious to me. Yeah. Halfway through the movie, I'm watching it again. Her tiger friend, and I'm watching the animation, and it's so jittery, it's so choppy, it's not as smooth as Shere Khan is in Jungle Book. I'm going to go back to that just because that is my favorite Disney movie. I'm comparing, which I shouldn't do. But like I said, I went through all that. It's the animation of its time, so that's fine. Storyline is great. It's very simple, but it's perfect. You know, the whole stealing of the lamp and the flying on the magic carpet is wonderful. This 3D fans, this is a movie that should have been converted into 3D and re-released at theaters. This is one of those movies that would benefit so much in 3D. There's so much background stuff. There's so much where they can work with the depth, and they can have the carpet fly out of the screen and go back in, and things like that. So, very Indiana Jones-like, you know, give me the lamp, help me, I will help you if you give me the lamp. It's very Indiana Jones, you know, but, you know, that's the time, you know. So, it's okay. This is a family children's film, so you gotta be familiar. Okay, Robin Williams, very obnoxious. The parrot, very obnoxious. I love the storyline. Everything else was really cool. Jafar wants the lamp, and the only way he's thinking he's going to get the lamp is to be with the princess. So he's got to hypnotize with his snake cane the father, who's caricaturized with this big belly, which is cool. That's fine. They did the same thing pretty much in Little Mermaid. I went through the rest of the movie all right with it. And, oh, the music. The music is beautiful. The music is beautiful. The whole Robin Williams singing that stuff, and the Aladdin theme, and all those themes, whole new world. Oh my God, how brilliant is that? Such a I believe it won the Academy Award. I believe something from this movie won the Academy Award. I'm not sure because I don't remember Academy Awards for back then. But how are we doing here on time? 30 minutes. So we're over 30 minutes. I told you this was going to be a long one. It's more a review and an excuse review. IMO excusing this review. All through the movie, and I'm going to, after I shut this down and start capturing it on my computer, I'm going to watch The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, the old 68, 67 maybe, Ray Harryhausen film with Kerwin Matthews and Denise Crosby. For some reason, all I wanted to do halfway through this was like, I want to watch a Cyclops, I want to watch a dragon, I want to watch a skeleton fighting Sinbad, and there's a magic lamp, you know, and the genie of the lamp and all that. And I'm going to watch it after this. So, I love Seventh Voyage of Sinbad. I love Golden Voyage even better. But we won't get into these right now. Okay. Put the brakes on. Put the sign up. Hold everything back. The last half hour of this movie hooked me. Oh, you Munsoned me right there. Oh, yeah. By the last half hour, the movie's only an hour and a half. So by the time he had hypnotized the father and the princess into wanting to marry himself, Jafar, and Aladdin was sent to the frozen lands, and he comes back, and the genie is now controlled by Jafar, and I don't know. Something happened. It's gotta be the movie itself. It's gotta be the story, everything. The encompassing. By that time, I was used to the animation. By that time, I was used to the story, the characters. Nobody was obnoxious. Nobody was pushing it like Robin Williams. He fit perfect. Everything fell into place and worked for me. It really, really worked for me. And it had a brilliant ending, an amazing ending, an homage to Night on Bald Mountain, Fantasia, where Jafar gets the powers to control the universe, and he becomes this giant-like being. Very Night on Bald Mountain at the end of Fantasia, like I said. And you had the princess in the hourglass with the sand coming down. And the monkey was back as a monkey. I can't think of his character's name. And I'm tearing. I'm tearing up already. Yeah, it all worked for me. It all just came, it all fit. It all fit. I don't know what else to say. And yeah, now I really appreciate this movie. I know what it is. I'm past all those what do you call it? Superficial problems I had with it. And I'm watching now where they're escaping after getting the lamp. They're on the carpet. See? And they're going through the cave with the lava and everything. And like I said, it would be perfect converted for 3D. I really wish the 3D Disney, the love of 3D stayed around long enough for them to convert this into 3D, because now it is one of my favorite Disney films. It really is. I truly appreciate it for what it is. I love everything about it. I love the characters, even the goofy Godfrey Cambridge. I was gonna say, boy, that's showing my age. Gilbert Gottfried. Here's the Anna Jones. Give me the lamp. I'll save you. Give me your hand. No, give me the lamp. The Gilbert Gottfried parrot. I love him. Jafar. I love the prince. All the characters. There's not many. There's only like 4 or 5 or 6. But I have a new appreciation for this. I'm so glad I watched this. And yeah, like I said, I wanted this to be a most honest review, and I think I did do an honest review on this, of my experience watching this from beginning to end, seeing it for the first time, hearing my thoughts as it went on. So so yeah, man, what a great score. What great songs. Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful songs. Nice little love story. I might still like Little Mermaid a little better. I might like that just a little better. Of the modern. I think I mentioned this in one of my defendings, that I have a wall up. There are the classic Disney and there are the modern Disney. And the classic Disney is, Pinocchio, Snow White, Cinderella, all those, all the way back, Mickey Mouse, all the Goofy, all the shorts and everything. Probably up to when Walt died, which was during Jungle Book, which is probably where the wall went up. Everything after, your Pocahontas, your Aladdin, your all those other ones that came out after. What was the Asian, not Ronin? Oh, I can't even think of that movie. But even into the Pixar age with Brave and things like that. That's a whole other like side of Disney. And I love Brave. Brave I really enjoy totally. And Tangled and those type of movies. But like I said, Aladdin fits into that later. Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast. I still love Beauty and the Beast more than Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid might be better in my mind still than Aladdin. I might want to watch Aladdin again just one more time, right next to Little Mermaid. But, Little Mermaid has the advantage of being converted into 3D, and I might end up liking that movie more because it is converted into 3D, and they did a pretty decent job with that. So anyway, yeah, let's end this right here because I'm going way too long. 40 couple minutes there. Yeah, there's my story. Didn't like it and grew to like it as I watched it. And yeah, I'm glad I got the big special edition version. This was one of the movies I got from I'll just say Anonymous, which, if you're familiar with my channel, back in the fall, like November, October of 2015, I received a plethora of movies, of Blu-rays from a anonymous person, and I know who that person is, and I'm not going to say who it is, but this was one of them, and because it just came out right around that time, and I'm so glad. Thank you, Anonymous, for sending me and giving me this movie, because I really enjoyed it. I finally got around to watching it, and yeah, I'm very happy about it. Sidebar, Judge, sidebar, okay. Because I know who Anonymous is, Anonymous has not once since last year messaged me or contacted me or left a message in any of my videos from back then. And I just want to say I'm a little disappointed. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. And it was great to converse with you. This is a special message to my anonymous. And I probably shouldn't do this, and they're probably going to say, well, screw you. But they were such a contributor to my channel, to all my videos with messages. And at one point, everything just stopped. And I've seen them on other channels that I do watch and I am subscribed with. But for some reason, they just don't want to talk to me no more. And not even private messages. So be it. I don't know. I know this whole YouTube thing is weird to me. It really is. It really is. I watch a lot of YouTube channels. I'm going on a sidebar. I watch a lot of YouTube channels and I hear a lot. What's the word? I'm not supposed to say this because there's so much of it on YouTube with the big channels. But there's so much drama going on and I couldn't give a care. You know, Anonymous, thank you. I so appreciate everything that you gave me last year. But it's just a little odd that everything just went poop and disappeared, poof, like you never existed. That's a little weird. That's a little odd. Especially when I see you on other people's channels. But I see other channels where things are going on and spam is going on and there are really, really bad things being said to certain people going on, certain YouTubers going on. And I guess that's the point of being in public, you know, on a YouTube channel. You know, you get the good and the bad. You get the great people that want to communicate with you and talk to you and converse. And then you get those people every once in a while that just downvote you. And it's like, well, why are you even watching? If you don't like certain channels, and I'm not talking about mine because mine has been pretty damn good. Every once in a great blue moon, maybe once a month, once every 2 months, I'll check my video manager and I'll go, oh, somebody downvoted me. Oh, and it's only like one person. It's only one person that's ever downvoting. So why are you even watching me? But I know of other channels that they talk about it, and I don't talk about it because talk about it, talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Da 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 da. I'm gonna dance again. Oh, watch out! I'm gonna dance. Da 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 da. But I don't know. I mean, I watch other channels, and they actually speak about their trolls that they have. Sammy, don't do it anymore. Come on. Keep that stuff quiet. They're only wanting you to talk about them. But it's just ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense to me because if you don't like the person, why watch it? Why downvote? Why even what? I don't get it. I don't get it. And like I said, I only have one person that just about every video, it's like down thumb, down thumb, down thumb. And other than somebody who's just a spammer out there that don't like me, I kind of might have an idea of 1 or 2 people or 3 people that for some reason will do that because of things that have happened in the past. But I don't think it's them because why am I talking? I don't even want to talk about this. All right, so Aladdin. Anyway, I was just gonna say because I watched their stuff and I talk to them, so I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, Aladdin, thumbs up. New IMO. Thanks for watching. It's been this is my hour-long IMO on Aladdin. The good and the bad and the ugly of Aladdin. I think I'll call it that. But I don't want to piss anybody off that because most of you people that are out there, most of you viewers that are out there are in their 30s and 40s and grew up loving this movie. So I'm just telling you how it is with me. So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for being a subscriber. Thanks for all the congrats on the 1 year anniversary that I just had. And we will see you in the next video. All right. Bye-bye.